Bevington FM.
Hello and welcome to a very special Christmas edition of Bevington FM. Today your hosts are the one and only Year 6 magistrate and attendance topping class, Rowan.
We have a jam-packed show in store for you today. So without further ado, let's get down to business and go to our first feature, which is News Around the World. Take it away, Etty. Sadly, the top story that still dominates the news in the UK is the ongoing saga of Brexit. After 2.5 years, there is now a Brexit plan, but this must pass a vote in Parliament. We will update you for further news in the new year coming.
In other major news, there were horrendous forest fires in California and unseen before floods in Sydney, Australia. Could this be a sign of global warming? We will leave you, our audience, to discuss that in the classroom or at home. Here is the sport. It's our own very sports reporters, Ibrahim and Nastaho.
Thank you, Gabriel. Well, first up we go to football, where the England men's team have qualified for the League of Nations finals after winning a group containing Spain and Croatia. Also with football next week, since the last round of fixtures in the group stages of the Champions League, where Manchester City and Manchester United have qualified. Tottenham and Liverpool both need to win their last games to qualify for the knockout stages.
It's not only top sportsmen and women who have been performing well in sports. Here at Bevington, we have many excellent sporting achievements to tell you about, including our mixed boy and girl netball team who are performing well in the RBKC League, as well as our Year 6 boys football team who only just missed out on the playoffs, being knocked out on penalties.
While we are on the topic of sports, let's take this opportunity to explain about a sports trip that all 44 pupils in Year 6 went on recently to the Westway Sports Centre. The trip was to participate in the RBKC Youth Games.
The pupils were split into teams and participated in a range of sports: hockey, football, tag rugby, boccia, golf, dodgeball and basketball. As a school, we did extremely well, with the football team reaching the finals and the basketball team and dodgeball team remaining unbeaten. The aim next year is to come back with a trophy. Back to you, Hashi and Sierra.
Thank you to our news and sport reporters. Nothing like keeping up with the current affairs of the local community and the world.
In our next feature, we are going to hear from some pupils in Rowan about their topic of ancient Egypt. Take it away, Hala.
Our topic for Autumn 2 has been ancient Egypt, and we have been learning a wide range of things about this ancient civilization, such as a timeline of key events, about hieroglyphics and how they used the River Nile, the pyramids, and about ancient Egyptian pottery. As part of our topic, we went on a trip to the British Museum to see hundreds of ancient Egyptian artifacts, including mummified bodies and tombs. After the museum, we strolled through the Covent Garden and down to the River Thames to see the sketch of Cleopatra's Needle and the Sphinx.
As a part of our topic, we have looked at the ancient art of mummification. This was done to preserve bodies from the afterlife. In English, we undertook an actual mummification of a fish and tomatoes, and then wrote about the steps. Here is Ria to read her writing.
How to master mummification. It is essential that our amazing pharaohs have a safe trip to the ultimate afterlife after their reign over Egypt. The wonderful artwork that is mummification can be mastered by only people with the steadiest hands. The Egyptians, which were around at approximately 3100 BC, mummified people, most commonly pharaohs, so that even after they died, they would have an even better life in the afterlife, where they would live in eternity. Do you wish to know how this magic worked? Then read on to find out how. Essential equipment. To ensure you can successfully carry out the mummification method, you will need canopic jars, which are used to store all the vital organs, pure Egyptian alcohol, please keep away from children, and your mouth. 150 meters of linen, maybe double for some of our bigger pharaohs, sawdust, preferably a variety of spices, natron salt used to cleanse the inside and outside of your corpse, an iron hook, I prefer you don't ask what it's for, some pieces of jewelry to impress the gods in the afterlife, and finally a specially decorated sarcophagus to suit your dead pharaoh best. Method. Initially, make sure you have a pharaoh prepared to operate on. Ensure they are actually dead first. Secondly, cleanse the body with 100% pure Egyptian alcohol. The gods won't accept a filthy pharaoh at the door of the afterlife, and make sure it is sparkling clean before making any more progress. Now the tricky part. As carefully as possible, cut a small incision no bigger than a 2p coin in the left side of the torso using a serrated blade. Warning, this may get very messy. After that, using gloves, remove all the vital organs from your corpse. However, you mustn't remove the heart, as it shall be weighed in the afterlife. The heart was weighed because Egyptians believed whenever someone sinned, their heart would become heavy so that the gods would know if they are a bad person. You're not bad, are you? Next, bathe the whole body in natron salt, preserving your pharaoh for millenniums to come. Then stuff the corpse in sawdust to ensure it keeps its shape. Penultimately, using those steady hands of yours, wrap the entire body in 3 layers of linen, making sure no flesh is on show, therefore preventing or slowing decay, also known as rot. Finally, as carefully as possible, place your perfectly mummified pharaoh into an elaborately decorated sarcophagus. However, not before covering our splendid leader in gold and jewelry, ensuring an entrance into the afterlife. Now that you have read these not-so-simple instructions, go try for yourself. Why not try mummifying someone no one will miss, like a slave? And if you are good enough, probably not, you may have the honor of mummifying Egypt's next ex-ruler.
We hope you enjoyed the chance to see Year 6's table all about chemistry and how we can change materials. We have volcanoes that erupted, different liquids to see which evaporated the quickest, and how we can work together to clear the River Thames.
Recently at Bevington, we held our very first STEM fair. The day was a great success, with all classes having some of their fantastic work being displayed in the hall, along with exciting investigations that have been conducted in STEM lessons in the autumn term. Here are some of the opinions of our pupils to give you more of an insight to what STEM really is.
Dom, what do you like about STEM?
What I like about STEM is like it's different to our last year's science lessons because there's a bit of computing and engineering into it, and I also like it more than some other lessons because you get to do practical parts, and you get to be more active during the lessons.
Right, Rudy, why is STEM important to you?
Well, lots of jobs in the future are going to be involved in around STEM, like science, technology, engineering, and maths. So it's going to be based around like video game designers, astronauts, all sorts of different jobs.
I like doing STEM because I get to go on the computers and find out new stuff, and I get to investigate more stuff, so when I go home I can learn more and be more educated.
In STEM we are learning about the human body. I have learned that the biggest bone in your body is called your femur.
We hope you enjoyed the chance to see Year 6's table all about chemistry and how we can change materials. We have volcanoes that erupted, different liquids to see which evaporated the quickest, and how we can work together to clear the River Thames.
Wow, so many great thoughts about STEM, and why it is so important at Bevington. There will be another STEM fair in the spring showcasing the learning from STEM lessons across Bevington.
To finish the show, here are some jokes.
I told my friend she drew her eyebrows too high. She seemed surprised.
I know a lot of jokes about unemployed people, but none of them work.
Why did the old man fall in the well? Because he couldn't see that well.
The other day, my older sister asked me to pass her a lipstick, but I accidentally passed her a glue stick. She still isn't talking to me.
It's another afternoon, you feel it's going to drag. It's not your average day of science, maths and spag. Will make you want to listen again and again. It's time to tune in to Bevington FM.